really quickly. Let me get my music. I'll be right back. I'm here. I just need a little something, something to keep the party going. All right. Just a little something, something. Just a little something, something. Just a little something, something. All right. Welcome to your Divine Feminine reading. Sorry about the light. Let's see what we can do here. Sorry about the light. I tried it, guys. I tried it. Okay, so we have the sun shining in here today, so I think that's a beautiful thing. So let's just get started with this reading. The energies before coming on was transmutative. Some of the energies that I was feeling was change, a lot of change. So I'm gonna see what's going to come up. Of course, I'm gonna start off with, let's see, my divine feminine energy message with the goddesses. Let's go ahead and get started with the goddesses. And then I'm going to look into the starseed message here as well. But we're going to go into a little bit of everything. I burned a little lemongrass to help with the energies here, to clear our energies. And I didn't come during the full moon because yeah, it was a full moon in Cancer, and as you guys know, I'm a freaking Cancer. So as a result, you know why I didn't come. Oh wow. And then all this pops out. I feel like this is entirely too much, so I'm gonna just tell you what's coming out very quickly. So all right. So what came out really quickly, I don't want to get into this whole thing, but it's a story it's telling me right now. But like I said, it was a lot. This is like 15 cards. But ultimately, at the end of it, at the beginning, it starts with fear, and at the end, it ends with embracing or having an issue with embracing your shadow side. Hey, Marsha, how you doing? That's what it looks like we're starting off with here. I mean, just from everything that just flipped out, this steers from doubt about just being free with yourself, you know, having anxiety about kind of releasing, liberating yourself, being that wild woman. It seems to me like many of this refers back to, I'm feeling like this meek and mild manner of, even though I'm wise, I'm not going to show that I'm wise. Even though I've grown, I'm not going to show that I've grown. My energies may be a little off. I feel like the energies here are kind of off, and I can get into that a little bit, and I'll tell you why. But it's like for some reason you feel like you're not allowed to doubt yourself. You're not allowed. Again, this is this meek and mild energy here. And then as we proceed towards the end of this message, it's steering into lack of nourishment for oneself, lack of self-care, but yet caring for everyone else. I feel like this is what you're confronting. This is confronting a challenge. This is confronting, I feel like some of you have confronted your challenge. I feel like some of you have been doing your shadow work. I feel like some of you have been working on your triggers. So I feel like this is a story that deems from a feminine perspective centered around fear and doubt from society, the community. All of this energy around staying small. Now that all came out really quickly, like immediately. But that's what I feel like this energy is. Like I said, it's what I felt was transmuting of energy, changing of energy. And what I'm seeing here at the end is embrace your shadow in reverse. So you've been doing the shadow work, challenges in reverse. Your challenges are leaving you behind you as it pertains to relationships, you know? Okie dokie. That was that message. Quick enough. Do I get to go now? I'm just saying. Good morning, Sir Blue. How you doing? Guys, I'm sorry. It's the afternoon. I did this on purpose, waiting for the afternoon. I felt like last night, I was like, it was like 12 o'clock midnight. And I put this up like, I'm going live tomorrow. And I'm going to let them know, let's see what's going on here. So that was that energy. I feel like I want to pull another one to see what we need to concentrate on. I want to check on our chakras really quickly because the chakra energies were in reverse, but I feel like that's what the past energy was. Ooh, wow. Yeah. I feel like the past energy centered around not following guidance, not following your guidance. And now this energy is speaking to following your guidance. So I feel like a lot of your energies were off because you weren't following your guidance. You've been directed. You've been seeing the signs, and you had not been really listening to the signs that were right in front of you. So that's why it was this energy here. So I kind of want to get advice around that because I feel like that's a specific message that we just need to deal with right now. Let me see what advice. I just heard keep up the good work. That's what I just heard. Like, keep up the good work. I feel like, okay, all right, they like put the cards down. I was like, okay, hello. Put the cards down. Let's just take it off the top. Okay, sounds good. There was like, basically, you've been doing a good job. The challenges have been hard. You have been questioning your path. This is the energy of questioning your path because you felt like, some of you felt like you were going down a rabbit hole. Like, am I done yet? I mean, am I still going through this? It's almost feeling like this energy of a punishment. Like, I feel like this energy of feeling punished. Like you did something wrong, but you didn't do anything wrong. So okay. So now they said pick up these cards. Good enough. I'm following my guidance, y'all. If you don't know how to do it, this is how it goes, okay? If you don't know how it goes, this is how it goes. I'm sorry for all the light. I mean, I love the light. Honestly, I need the light right now. So I feel like God knows what I need right now. This is that light, that lit energy that I'm on right now. I need this light right now. So it's all good. All right. So what came out for is water your garden. Again, the nourishment is coming out again. Getting that, feeding yourself, pouring back into you. With Graceful Healing Retreat, we always talk about pouring back into you. So that's the first energy that came out. Wow. Child of the Cosmos came out as well, which speaks to you having the answers within. You are a part of this magnificent burst of the universe, the creation, the cells, all of these. It's like atoms, cells, like all these little small things make up you, right? So it's like, this is all universal creation. So they're saying that basically you have the power within you. You have the knowing within you. You have the universe within you. Ask yourself, like, everything you need is inside. And I'm going to just be transparent. Both of these messages came out for me this morning as well. So I'm totally feeling you right now. Ooh, my. What was at the bottom of the deck was the Hawthorse, which spoke to deep love, mothering, birth as a portal, you being a portal. So that was at the bottom of the deck here. So I did want to let you know that. This is letting you know, again, that transmuting of energy. This is like this birthing process. I feel like many of us, the divine feminines right now, going through a birthing process. This is like the final pushes to some new outcome. I just heard a new outcome, one that you didn't expect. And then what came out also was star ancestors came out, as well as trusting the timing. Beautiful. OMG. How beautiful is that? Trusting the timing. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. When I heard that message just now, I felt for some of you who may want to have additional children or something like that, like it's not too late. That's what I heard when I heard that message. And then as far as star ancestors are concerned, it's speaking to the hidden secrets, the lost wisdom, and looking a little deeper. earlier in the message, when the divine feminine, when the goddess message came out, it spoke to wisdom, not using your wisdom. So again, this is just reiterating that same thing of having the intelligence, the wisdom within you, but kind of downplaying it. You're downplaying your wisdom. Does that make sense? So it's like you're downplaying where you are in your life, like not seeing how far you've come. Okay. All right. So let's just go ahead. I want to see some of what we've been going through. I know what I've been going through, but let's see what you've been going through or what the collective has been going through. I want to go into watering your garden here, nourishing yourself, body care, tenderness, and rest. Needing that right now. So if you're feeling kind of lethargic, you know, feeling like you don't have enough right now, the message is here. The message here is there's so very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. So this is again kind of speaking to, this is 10 of Pentacles energy, having everything that you want. But taking the time out to, okay. I heard enjoy it, taking the time out to enjoy it, but I also feel like just taking time out. Like, even if you don't have it yet, or you don't foresee you having it, or if you don't even see the substance of this 10 of Pentacles energy at this moment, still nourishing yourself, still taking this time out, being grateful for how far you've come. Even though you don't see the new job yet, even though you don't see the new project or this money-making venture that you have, because I'm seeing money here. Even though you don't see the outcome of this, because I feel like this energy of disappointment, of feeling like just simple disappointment. Just simple disappointment. So Spirit is asking you, okay, now they're telling me to pull an abundance message, asking you to like do maybe a grateful list, what you're grateful for, what you've done, what you've seen coming to fruition at this point. Like, don't negate or don't shortchange how far you've come so far. Don't. It's almost like it's not just I don't realize how far I've come. It's like you really feel like you don't see evidence. And so I just heard faith. Faith is evidence of things not seen, but it's here, right? So I just heard faith. So I feel like some of you are losing faith in this process that you're on. I heard despair. Someone's feeling really like this energy here is speaking to feelings of despair. I also would like to say each one of these messages that I'm going to bring out, it seems like there's a separate message for each one of these. That's what they just told me. So for all these messages that have come out, we're going to go into each one of these messages. And one may resonate with you more than another. Okay, so, but what came out here was obstacles and blocks are lifted. So yeah, this is just confirmation here. And it actually says, all your good personal work and your positive energy shift have overcome previous obstacles and blocks are lifted away. But I feel this energy of being tired. Yeah, I feel this energy of being tired. You will now experience progress and forward movement with your projects. Stay centered in gratitude to ensure that your flow of abundance continues. See, what happens is when you get stuck in despair, you're calling on more despair is what they're saying. So do whatever you have to do to come out of whatever energy you may feel like you're in now that feels like you're tired and you just want to stop and you give up. Like, I'm feeling all of this energy here with this message. That's why they're saying this is a time to pour back into yourself. Even if you don't feel as though you financially can do so, do something to give to yourself. Like, this is important right now. For some reason, this is extremely important for you. So for those of you who really resonate with this message here of water your garden, this is again pouring back into you, nourishing yourself, body care, tenderness. I just heard salt bath. You can do a salt shower, however you want to do that. Either way, I just did a salt shower. I tend to do salt baths. But get the rest that you need. And I'm also hearing releasing. Like, release whatever is, and that salt bath helps you with that. Releasing, cleansing away. So that's why they're giving you that advice right now. I'm gonna leave that there. I'm gonna go to the next message, and I'll come back if there's more. But yeah. But I feel like the advice is there in that message already. Okay. So we also have here child of the cosmos. So this again is speaking to you having everything within you already. The answers you seek are within. Wow. And then we have the epiphany that comes out. So the answers you're seeking for this particular situation that you're dealing with, you're going to receive an epiphany. You're going to be like, aha. And I must say, I had an aha moment like last week. Like, I'm telling you, that full moon in Cancer was no fucking joke. I'm just putting it out there. But anyway, epiphany. Joy through spiritual growth. Be a light to others. Answers that come through meditation. You're going to get the answers you're seeking here. Yeah. And I feel like it's the reason why I was doing this was I was going back and forth because I was like, am I going to answer questions regarding this? Like, because, I normally answer questions for you guys towards the end. But so I was like, should I make this my question? Like, for those of you who need an epiphany, for some of you who are struggling to know what the epiphany was or because then I heard no. That's why I stopped, because I was going to say, and by the way, this is Archangel Raziel. So if you're working with archangels, this is the archangel you can work with right now in order to obtain the epiphany you're looking to receive within. But anyway, this speaks to joy through spiritual growth, be a light to others. And then your other one was 3 of Ariel, another archangel Ariel. But this one here speaks to do what you love, a time of great personal growth in your career or artistry endeavors, okay? And working with others in a cooperative manner. So it looks to me like I see 2 things here. With that past message, this is some of you who've put in a lot of work and effort and you're waiting to see everything finally come to fruition. Like, you've put in a lot of work. And then with this message here, I'm seeing a brand new endeavor. I feel like for some of you, this is for both of you. I mean, for some of you, both of these are for you, because it's like you finished one endeavor, you finished one project, and now you're ready to move on to a new one. And I'm also hearing that some of you feel like, well, how can I move on to the new one? Like, if this one failed or it didn't happen, then how can I move on to the next one? You can just move on to the next one, to the next one, and the next one, and the next one, because that one's closed out. That cycle has closed out. And even if it's like a book, for instance, okay, you're done with it. Now start the next book. No, it hasn't been published yet. No, you haven't put it out there yet. No, you haven't done the legwork to get it out there, to start whatever it is that you wanted to start, to get it up and running and ramping up, but it's done. So again, it's almost like because you haven't received the reward yet, you are downplaying your success, and you've come so far. So again, some of you have an epiphany coming, or you've already had the epiphany. Wow. And then we have the moon at the bottom of the deck here, which is speaking to the opportunity to improve your plans. Listen to your intuition for accurate guidance. Face your fears and grow stronger. So again, I'm feeling this energy of doubt that's coming through because maybe you wasn't successful in an endeavor. This is not just a project. I just heard relationships as well. So some of you may be feeling stuck because maybe a previous relationship didn't go well, but I see something new coming in. And this is going to be something that is going to support your artistry. And I feel like even if it's not like an intimate, loving relationship or whatever that is, you know, that energy, this is still a partnership that's helping to help you move forward, help you on your new endeavor, if that makes sense. And I feel like because it's the moon again, I feel like this may be something you're not seeing. Hey guys, how you doing? Hey Marsha, you said yes, this past week was challenging, but I made it through. I love it. I love it. Hello. Looks like we need to handle something here. Mm. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of the next one too. Okay. Can I get a message? Oh, I hear someone. Okay, can I get a message from Spirit, please? Okay, one moment. Hello, what's going on? Good morning. How you doing? What is your name? I can't tell what your name is. But yes, I do the readings towards the end, by the way. Thank you. Oh, and then what pops out also here is love and blessings filling your life. Wow. Okay, it's just still coming out here. I'm also seeing Ace of Ariel and moving to calmer waters. There's a light at the end of the tunnel. Breathe a sigh of relief, and make plans, relocation, and travel. So, and I'm also seeing love, blessings, so harmonious relationships with family, loved ones, happily ever after, and the Ace of Ariel. So again, I'm seeing tens and ones. I'm seeing aces. I see 2 tens here so far. FYI, just want to let you guys know. I see 2 tens here and 2 good tens. These are the good tens in the deck. Typically you got the wands, that's a burden, 10 of wands, and then you have 10 of swords, which is an ending, a harsh ending, painful ending. And I'm just saying, yeah. But this here, we have 10 of pentacles, which is amazing, and then 10 of cups. Double amazing message. So this, along with 6 of pentacles, 6 of swords, is lovely. Because again, for some of you who feel like, I also heard vacation. Some of you may want to go on a vacation. But like I said, with Ace of Pentacles coming in here, we also have good luck coming in, new resources, money, time, and support, a change in job or promotion. All right. Beautiful. Let's go to the next message here. Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. Trusting the timing. So, again, we're back here, right? As far as timing. You've been waiting for something. I'm hearing patience. And I know some of you are like, fuck patience right now. I feel you. I'm there too. Fuck patience. I feel you. Sorry. I'm sorry. Like they got mad at me when I said that just now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I feel you. I really do. I talk to my guys like this, but someone just got disrespected just now. Like, what? Like, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Trust the wave you came in on. Time is running out. Time is not running out. Marsha, you see me, right? I'm like, I'll take that back. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Somebody got mad. But trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So let's see what this is about. And like I said, when I first saw this message, it spoke to children, timing. Hey, Live Love, how you doing? It spoke to timing. It spoke to, like, family, maybe wanting a family. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have 6 of cups here, which speaks to embracing your inner child. So yes, for some of you, this is speaking to family. I'm also seeing here a page of Michael and Justice. Okay. An exciting new challenge. Want you have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. Then we also have fight for justice and equality. Ruling made in your favor. Now, I kind of want to go deeper into each one of these messages because I feel like there's a story in each one of those messages. So first, I'm gonna go into the Six of Raphael, Archangel Raphael. If that's someone, that's an archangel you work with. Let's see, embracing your inner child, new friends, and rekindling of relationships, children or childhood. So I'm seeing here, ooh, a nurturing, like a mother figure, and then the sun came out in reverse, and then we have second chakra, door to value. Let me pull out the chakra deck here because I feel like there's a message. I feel like I meant to pull that out earlier. Did I not pull it out? Where is the... Oh, here we go. Okay. Kentucky. Hey. Hold up. What's going on here? Okay. Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and God. This second chakra is coming out in reverse, which speaks to like anxiety, maybe some women like womb issues. It may be speaking to womb issues. So trust the timing. Again, like I said, the first message I felt with that was for some of you who want to have children, or maybe going into a new relationship and maybe want to have a child again or something like that. You want to perhaps, and you may feel like you can't have children again. And so you feel like that decreases your value. Okay. I'm also hearing your age right now. Some of you are feeling like your age is a factor when it comes to relationships. Okay. So let's just get into this second chakra energy. Trust the divine timing is what I'm feeling here. Let's see what messages we have here. What is it that you want them to know about the second chakra here? Yeah, your physical health came out. Seeing it's your perspective. So it's your perspective on, okay, so the message here, let me just break it down real quick. The message here is typically, especially with divine feminines and the women and those who get to a certain age, you're not in your 20s anymore. You're not in your 30s anymore. You're in your 40s or your 50s. And you're like, okay, well, like your value has decreased as a result of your age. So I'm feeling that energy here with this message. And that's not the case. As a matter of fact, like they've been saying in this reading, actually your wisdom is one thing that you're not using. It's as if you feel this way for all the superficial reasons of womanhood, right? The ones that they concentrate on. Like, okay, are you like basically, a lot of the society's perspective of a good woman looks a certain way, has a certain physique, and they, supposedly this is what they look for to birth their children. Like, that's like the perspective. Like, is this going to be a good mother? Is this person going to be able to, like, even subconsciously, there's this energy of, will they be a good ... Now, what I do want to make clear also is they just brought to my attention too but then there's those women who may not want to have children, haven't had children, what have you. But again, it's still this energy because you may be introduced to or meet someone who has children. And that's still a concern because they're like, well, will they be a good mother to mine? You don't have to birth children to have that nurturing instinct. And I'm feeling like some of you are really concentrating hard on the age factor, but really not looking at the wisdom and what other awesome attributes you bring to relationships. And it's really because it's downplayed in many ways. It's downplayed big time. But it's more common than not, so you may feel like you're the odd man out, but you're not. You're not the odd one. Actually, you are in the majority, right? So this is really about your perspective. And this is about your truth, your knowledge, your clarity on what role you play. And I feel like for many of you, Actually, not just for someone, they changed that. It was like for many of you, you need to change your perspective. Okay? It's how you're seeing things. So it's like, kind of like, what do you need to now pay attention to? Change what your concentration is. Okay? Is it your body image or is it more? Like, which one do you want to be? Are you all about your body? Or do you also have a spirit? Do you also have, you know what I mean? Like, is it just your physique or do you offer more? Like when people say that stupid shit, like, what do you bring to the table? I'm like, okay, I don't have to bring the whole body aspect. You being a portal and what you bring to the, I mean, it's so much more that you bring to the table. So it's like, when people say that, it's like demeaning all the attributes that you have and concentrated on a select few while they're concentrating on all the attributes outside of them. So they're looking to you for the attributes you have that are a part of you as a divine feminine woman, what have you, creator, right? But then they're looking at all the attributes outside of them, and it's not even them. It's not them what they bring to the table. It's all the things they so-called can gather to bring to the table. So they're not even including themselves. Somebody need to hear that. All right, so let's move on to the next message. We have justice that's coming in here. Balancing the scales, okay? Fight for justice and equality. Ruling made in your favor. Don't give up. Wow. I must say, I need to hear this message as much as you guys do. I gotta say this. Who is feeling this message so far? Like, I'm over here like, woo, okay. I needed to hear that. Damn. Okay. I just shuffled that, by the way, and the same messages are coming out. It's just a filter for what we don't want in our lives. What do we bring in the wisdom and filter out? Yeah, me for sure. Yep. Yes, I'm feeling, yes. And then more comes out. Okay, so just pretty much, and all of this is wanting to come out right now. I'm seeing a lot of struggle with love that just came out here as it pertains to this justice. Okay, I feel like some of what I just said is very valid here, even with this part. But it goes a little further because it's not only speaking to your value and what you bring to the table, right? I feel like some of you want to pull back your nurturing. I feel like some of you want to pull back. I feel like some of you want to pull back. You have the woman holding a heart in reverse here. Normally, this is someone who's very nurturing. To me, this is like that Cancer energy, that Scorpio energy. This is that nurturing energy, period. Like, this is that energy. I'm not saying you have to be a Cancer or a Scorpio. What I'm saying is just this is that mothering, nurturing energy. Some of you have been nurturing someone and giving a lot of yourself, and now it's in reverse. You're wanting to pull this back. I feel like it's like you feel like you don't deserve this. Like, I'm hearing this. Like, you don't deserve this. Like, so you're like, in some of your cases, you're like, I've given you the sun, the moon, the stars. I've given you everything. I want to even say, because they just said it, I don't want to say this. It's almost like I've given you my value. I've given you my power. I gave you more than you deserved. I gave you so much more. So I've given you all of that. And then we have also the part in here. Nothing left to give. Yes, honey. I'll co-sign that one. Absolutely. So now we have the woman and the man here in reverse. Neither one of you are given. And I want to say this is not a loving person. I don't do judgment. But I feel like someone here is withdrawing their love too. And daughter Spirit is here. Whoever this is, they may not have a strong relationship with Spirit. And then we have Angel of Love here in reverse. All three of these in love in reverse. So what we're looking for here, and I'm seeing two messages here because I'm seeing the masculine energy here and I'm seeing the feminine energy. It's interesting how it came out. You're looking for justice here. Because I feel like you've given everything, and whoever this is, they've given nothing. And I don't want to say nothing, but I feel like that's how you're feeling. Like, I've given everything, and they've given not enough. I'll just put not enough. But really, the feeling is nothing. Like it's not worth it anymore. Like, that's the energy I'm feeling. And this goes back to the first message we spoke to, this feeling of despair. Feeling like, and I'm feeling tears coming on, honestly. I'm feeling like this energy right now of releasing. Let me just see what this is right now, because this is the energy that we've been in, guys. I'm so serious. Let me just look at it emotionally right now. Thank you, Holy Spirit, and sisters and God. In reverse, we have showing that you care in reverse. Like, you don't want to care. You don't want to care. Like, I feel like many of you are pulling back, and you will not be showing that you care anymore. And now you're going to be concentrating on your destiny as a result. The spirit message here is, what is the lesson in this? So, and I'm going to ask you here, if you don't mind, to share what you're going through. Let me see what's going on. Nothing left to give. I believe in the power of love, but don't take it for granted. Absolutely. Girl, yes. Put me in despair. They knew they could. Yep, absolutely. The energy has been heavy and triggering for sure. So, because a lot of this is stemming, is affecting your power. So when you feel that energy of despair, and you feel that energy of loss, you feel that energy where you've given and you haven't received, and it's like a seesaw that's totally off balance. So I think this energy, what we need to work on here today, and I'm gonna go back. We have one more message. We have two more messages that we need to kind of go into. But I want to concentrate on this for a minute. So before we go into the other two messages that we still have here, okay? Because I feel like we need to do a process here. That heavy energy I've been feeling, I totally understand what you guys are talking about. So I'm going to go see what process we need to go through here, because this is a process of releasing right now that's necessary. Because some of us have given, and I'm saying us, and I totally feel you guys, have given way too much. And I almost want to say, in some cases, it was not even wanted. Meaning you've given so much and they didn't even want it. And that's a hard pill to swallow. I've been married a couple times, and I know in one of my marriages, I remember after, sending them to school, so they could get, whatever. So, because I finished my degree, they were a little older than me. They wanted to go back to school so they could become a coach, whatever it was. I was in a place where I was like, okay, well, I'll do what I need to do. We just had a baby. I was looking to get a second job. I was like, just do what you got to do so you can finish school, so you can get where you want to go. I was willing to put it all on the line, and I did. And after it all, they said to me, I only did that because you wanted me to. I didn't even really want to go back to school, because they felt like they needed to do it for me. And I was like, how are you doing that for me when this is what you wanted to do? Because you were the one who wanted to be a teacher and this, that, and other, or coach, or whatever that was. These are things that you wanted. And in that time, they didn't say, this is not what I want. They just went with the flow, or they did what they thought they were supposed to do. But it wasn't what they wanted in the first place. And that hit home for me, because I, at that moment, decided, good enough. I learned my lesson. I did all this, that, and then I was getting so much backlash from the family, because they were like, well, she gets a second job and you're not working at all, and you're going to school, you're not going to look like the breadwinner. So it's like, it turned into this whole big thing, because now it turned into, how would they look? It wasn't thank yous. It wasn't gratefulness. There was none of that for putting myself in the position I put myself in. Nothing. It was disdain. You feel me? It was a lot of that. And they were totally ungrateful, and did not even care. Because that's not what they wanted. And of course, they say this towards the end, right? So how many of you are doing so much or have done so much and it's not being seen? They're not grateful. You're looking for something in return. And I'm not saying it's wrong to want someone to reciprocate. There's nothing wrong with that. You feel me? So now you're in a place where you've given so much. This is the divine feminine energy right now. You've given so much. And now you're pulling back. You realize your value. And now you're looking to move towards your destiny. And I feel like many of you are like, well, what is it now? Because your concentration has been this. Your concentration has been them. So in so many cases, you're now in a place where you're like, okay, so if that was my concentration, well, now what's my concentration? What am I supposed to concentrate on now? What's the new, if it's not this, now what? And I feel like in many of your cases, God's trying to tell you it's time to work on you. It's time to take care of you. All the energy you've been putting into someone else now belongs to you. So the question is, what lesson have you learned? What's the lesson? Now, what is your new destiny? Because, I remember when I was in college, I remember how when I was in college, I was talking to my roommate and we were like, yeah, we're going to get a man and, we're going to make this amount of money when we come out of school. We're going to get a 2-carat diamond ring at least, honey. And then we're going to, it was like we had this long plan, but it centered around marriage, family, house. That was it. I mean, yeah, we were like, we want our career, but it was almost like college and the career itself was like secondary to your family. Like, okay, well, I've done the college thing. So now let's do now let's live our life. Now let's do the life thing, right? Now what do we do? Right? You said bitter pill for sure. Yeah, given with true care, then it's not valued. You can be as sincere as you want, and they can sincerely not give a shit. Facts. Absolutely. Now, what I do want to say to those who have gone through this, I think I missed another message up there. Putting myself first in my living life unapologetically. Beautiful. Absolutely. This is not new. This is not new. Women, divine feminine energies, those people who are truly in their divine feminine energy, regardless of their sex or gender. This is not new, of giving ridiculously and to a fault. This is not new. And it not being reciprocated and it not being appreciated. This is not new. But what I want you to leave here today with is an important message. This is not you, and it is not because of you. It's not because you gave too much. It's not because you were needy. I just heard needy. Like somebody might have told you, well, you're needy. And it's not because you're needy. Somebody might have said, well, you're asking for too much. You're too much. Like you need to downplay yourself. It's not because you're too much. It's not because you can't get it from someone else or somewhere else, because someone may have told you, you know what? You can't get this from nowhere else. Or it's not going to be better anywhere else. It's like this everywhere. Not true. I feel like people tell you what they need to tell you, and it's really to belittle you, to make you small, so you feel like, because what they're trying to do is make you fit into their expectations. They're trying to make you fit into their box so they can then be enough for you. You wanting too much is a reflection on them. And I scratched you wanting too much. You wanting what you want is a reflection on them when they can't provide it. You wanting what you need, you wanting what you deserve, and they can't provide it is a reflection on them. They know this. They're hiding it. So they then flip the script and then deflect back onto you to say you want too much. The devil is a liar. It's not that I want too much. It's just that you can't provide. You can't live up to my expectations. And as a result, you're absolutely right. You may not be the one for me. This experience, I've had it. I, learned my lesson. Now I will go and do what I want to do, the way I want to do it. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like, I'm telling you, I feel like live and love. I'm telling you, hon. Hold up. What did I see? Putting myself. I saw something else. I was consistently told that I'm too bougie. That's the bullshit. Yes, heard all that. Yup. Warning, that is deserved. Yup. True, they flipped the script. Absolutely. But I'm telling you, I feel like there's a playbook that females don't know about, or divine feminines don't know about, or some shit, because it's almost like, I feel like many masculine energy, I feel like they have been taught what to do to play on your heartstring, to play on, to not look a certain way, to not look weak, to not look vulnerable. They've been taught this. I want to say since childhood. Like, I see, I still want a little boy. I'm telling you, I was like, I would love a little boy. I see how little boys wrap their mothers right around their fingers, and they learn that young. Oh, so they play it young. You see what I'm saying? And girls do too with their dads, But it's like, it's taught. And not only that, but it's not demonized. It's actually uplifted. It's actually rewarded, by society. The behavior is rewarded. If feminine energies play those same games, and you would be demeaned so quick, you don't get the same level of respect. And this is why this justice is coming in here. This is why justice is coming. You're getting your justice. There's some equality that's about to happen. There's some, and not even equality, because it's not like you want to stoop to their level, right? They need to rise to yours, or you need to, bounce, right? So it's fighting for justice and equality, ruling made in your favor. All the feminine is looking for is this disparity to be risen, because it's like they're here, and we're, it's always this up and down, back and forth seesaw of value. And it's almost like they feel like if they lower their, because if you rise to the occasion, that they go lower, like you're now beneath them, like they're beneath you because you've risen. So they play these mind games and tricks because they cannot live to your standards. They don't want to. They changed it. It's not that they cannot. They don't want to put forth the effort to live up to your standard of living. They want to take the easy route. The easy route is to deflect and not take accountability for their actions, and turn it into your problem, and turn it into your issue. Not them. Oh, it can't be me. God forbid, it ain't me. I know what I'm doing. I'm the man in the house. You feel me? So it's like this energy right now of justice. Something, I just also heard something karma. I just heard something karma. What was it? something karma. I'm sorry, I missed the first one. Yeah, I'm sorry, I missed the first word before karma. It was something karma. Wow, that jumped and came back. She feels she knows. She feels she knows. Hold on. I have to plug something up real quick. She feels she knows, guys. So let's see what message is associated here with she feels she knows. Okay. Let's see here. She feels she knows. She feels she knows. This is in the Rebel deck, by the way, the Sacred Rebel deck. It speaks to you already knowing. And before I look into it, because I'm going to see if there's a message here or a prayer or affirmation or something that we can do that's associated with this. But just to give you the rundown, she feels she knows speaks to you already know. You've been new. You already knew. Whatever you may be disheartened about at this moment, you already knew. Whatever you found out, whatever is coming to the surface, because this full moon in Cancer was no joke. It exposed a lot of trash, garbage. It exposed a lot of garbage. But I want to say, for many of you, you knew. You had an inkling. But you were doing what you were supposed to do, what you were taught to do. So let's see here. She feels she knows. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. You knew. What you already knew is just making it clearer. This full moon in Cancer was making shit clear. Clear. Abundantly clear. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. Honor what you've learned. Honor this lesson. This oracle comes to you with guidance, particularly about long range and long-term developments. Something that is far bigger than the immediate situation, issue, or moment is of importance. Although you will only have a dim sense of what is possibly best, this situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time, you will understand more of the bigger picture. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped on the next stage of your path. This was help. This was assistance. Spirit, angels, they're around you. They're helping you. I just heard protection. They've been protecting you. And now you have to realize this protection is here. And now that you've been protected, now what? How do you use this protection? We do have a little something here that we can say together. But let me first tell you, this oracle brings you specific guidance. The situation in your current life are particularly geared towards a more significant manifestation that is coming to you according to your life path and purpose. This is a stage of preparation and a building of a foundation that will hold you strong. And when I say building of a foundation, do not think back. Think current right now. Building of a new foundation. This is not past shit. This is not a past person. This is a building of a new foundation. So for some of you who thought, oh, okay, well, I'm starting over with the same person. No, I'm not hearing that. I'm hearing this is a new foundation moving towards your destiny. This is a stage of preparation and building of a foundation that will hold you strong and center as you create journey, as your creative journey unfolds and your life path becomes even more brilliant and luminous. Okay, so keep plugging away, remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you. For it is the light that is within you, simply revealing more fully. And all that is happening now is happening to that end. So let's say this together. And I have a couple things for us to say for healing, because there's some healing that needs to go on right now, and I'm really feeling strongly about. So say aloud, I feel the light of all that I am, and will be unfolding from within me now. Okay, so I feel the light of all that I am and will be unfolding within me now. This whole message is not about your past. This is about where you're going. This is about where you're destined to go and moving things out of your way that was stopping you from fulfilling your purpose and your destiny. These are not things that were wrong. It's nothing wrong with your past. It's not wrong with the situation you just came out of. It's not wrong with what you've already created. It's nothing wrong with the situation at hand in the past. There's nothing wrong with it. It's what you needed to take steps to your next destination. So if you look at the lesson, what did you see? What was the lesson in it? That's what you need to obtain here today. And I will do readings around that. What is it what was the lesson you had to learn from that situation? And how was that going to propel you forward into your next destiny? If you're wondering why you had to go through it, that's the question we're going to answer here today. So I'll take questions around that in a moment. The next message here that you can say out loud is, I surrender what is into the loving fire of transformation, the light of which illuminates the present and manifests the future. In the highest creative expression of unconditional love. So it really says, I surrender what is into the loving fire of transformation, the light of which illuminates the present and manifests the future in the highest creative expression of unconditional love. That's the affirmation. So this is what you're doing. And they ask you to stand up when you say both of these. So if you want to rewind it, go back and express it through in that way, do that. Now, I'm going to give you two other messages that you can write down or repeat on your own time. But I'm going to just tell you what the message is. And these are messages that I've been working on since the full moon myself. So they're asking me to share this with you. They're a little more lengthy. So I would definitely take your time to either write it down as I go. But I'm not going to do the back and forth that I just did. Okay? Okay. Defend to the end the worthwhile. Okay, so this is your new creation. Defend to the end what's worthwhile. This is what you have coming to you. And some of you may look like this right now, but what I want to say is you're defending something. This is a release. This right here, this part of you right now is releasing, because you are in a process of needing to defend something so much more important than your relationship, than whatever creative adventure you were on, than your past. This is you moving forward. So it's time for you to release some things. So put your hand on your heart and say, put your hand on your heart. And this is what you say. I call upon the sacred warriors of unconditional love. I ask for your support, protection, assistance, and intervention on my behalf through unconditional love. That what is truly worthwhile for the light and life of the heart be protected and preserved within me and in the world for the greater good through my own free will, so be it. I hope you felt that. I did. The last message before we continue to move on is the word wants to be written. Okay? So let's do it. I now choose to forgive and release any person, situation, or circumstance that has ever been a source of shame or shaming for me, whether conscious or non-conscious. I now release this form from my body, mind, and heart through unconditional love. I choose to claim myself instead. I love, accept, and claim all of me under the loving protection and wisdom of life. I choose to live as myself now. I call on unconditional loving assistance that life wishes to send me for this journey now. I honor my creative power and my innate worth. So be it. So for y'all, I hope that helped you all on your journey as far as this message was concerned. Let's move to the next one. I thought that was something I really needed to hear, so I hope that helped you. Let me see the messages as I move on. You said wanting what is deserved. True. They flipped the script. Yep. Toxic masculinity. Yep. Let karma sort it out. Absolutely. You said, yes, I did. Hello, how you doing? Okay, yes, okay, good. Awesome, good. Okay, I'm glad that helped. All right, so let's go to the next message, which was, so we had justice, we had six of cups, justice. I feel like there was one more. Yeah, because all of this went with this. All of this went with that justice. Okay, yeah, the last one was Page of Michael. So I'm going to look into that really quickly too. This speaks to truthful, perceptive, analytical, and blunt. This is Page of Michael, which is equivalent to the Page of Swords. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very carefully. So let's clarify this, please. Thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and God. An exciting new challenge. Aha. Aha. Let's see what this is about. An exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts. Okay, a lot of the same messages are coming out here. So I'm just going to break it down that basically, again, this is a change in perspective regarding family, around your perspective about your perspective. This is about changing your perspective. There's a new challenge that's coming, and this is about you learning from your previous experience and taking that wisdom and moving forward. And I want to say being more analytical, being a little more logic in this area that you may have had some issues with. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts and documents. I also want to say this has to do with some of you financially. So be careful of any contracts that you may have coming your way. So be careful about that. But what came up in this message here is about never judging another. Everyone has value. Damn. So recognizing that someone has value and not judging them doesn't mean that you open the door back up for any of that same toxic masculinity. This is about you recognizing the value in the experience and learning from your mistakes. This is what this is all about. I feel like many of us had to learn a lesson the hard way. Some people learn it easier. Some people may have people around them to help them maneuver in a different way to where they may not have had to go through such a harsh change. But what I do want to say is, This speaks to lessons in past life lessons. This is what I'm feeling right now. Like what you went through, or what you're going through, or what you're coming out of right now. In some of your cases, it's a continuation from a previous life that had to be closed out. That was one. For some of you, I just heard it was a cycle that had to close. I personally have had, I want to say, multiple people in this lifetime that I recall from previous lifetimes that I'm playing out certain scenarios with. So if you're in a scenario where you're like, well, why me? Why did I have to go through this? You may be feeling angry, whatever. I feel like those, some of you are like just kind of done. Like almost like where you may be, some of you may be emotionless at this time. Like you've expended so much energy, you don't have any more energy to give. So I feel that energy strongly. But what I want to say is, in some of your cases, this was a continuation of a situation that had to just play out. And this is because you were supposed to learn this lesson coming down this time. So there was a lesson you were supposed to learn in this. So again, going back to why I am going to continue, and I'll help you guys with the lesson. If you haven't realized the lesson already, I'll assist you with that. But a lot of this speaks to learning a lesson and forgiving yourself. You were not stupid. You were not gullible. You were not naive. You came in a certain time period where there was this energy of this is what you were supposed to do in the divine feminine energy. You were taught this, and you decided to come back here during this time to learn this lesson, to overcome this lesson. So there's something here that you went through that you needed to learn this lesson before you could transition to the next phase of your life. Not only to the next phase of your life, but also to the next phase to move you closer to your destiny, to help you elevate. I just heard help you elevate spiritually. I felt like some energy over here that wanted me to give another message, so I'm just gonna. Wow, the Empress. Wow. So you could elevate. Some of you may have been queens, but now you're Empress. Some of you may have been the Queen of Cups, the nurturer, but now you're the Empress. Some of you may have been the Page of Cups, the Princess of Cups, or what have you, or the Princess of Swords, or the Princess of whatever. You know, you may have been a Queen of, Queen of Swords. You may be the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Earth, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, whoever you are, the Queen of Fire, whoever you were, but you have now elevated. That experience was to elevate you. And I also heard this is like childhood wounding. A lot of the attachments you had to someone it was out of your upbringing. Like the reason why you were so attached to them had something to do with your childhood. So this is, again, teaching you that lesson. This is now letting you know that childhood lesson has been resolved. So if it was abandonment, for instance, that's the first one they said. If it was abandonment, now you have learned the lesson of how to deal with abandonment. And in most cases, you were dealing with someone who had been abandoned, going through the same situation you went through. In a different way, it might have looked a little different, but it was still abandonment. You might have lost your father. They may have lost their mother. They may have lost their, whatever it was, they had their own abandonment issues to where they could not commit, to where they had to withdraw, to where they couldn't be their all because they would be exposed for who they really were. Because you would figure it out. Everybody won't figure it out, but you could figure it out. Everybody can't see through them, but you can. Because you're the Empress. Some of you have been downplaying who you've been. You've been acting like a princess, as we grow up, right? You got Cinderella, Snow White, all this shit you be watching. Oh, I want to be a princess. When you get married, you want a big ass ball gown and shit. You want to be a princess. I want to get married, put on that tiara. I'm finally going to get what I deserve, right? But Spirit is saying you're not here to be a princess. You're here to be an empress. You're here to step it up. You're here to be a high priestess. You know, you're here to be something so much more. Not this box that society has created for you, that your parents told you were supposed to live up to, that you identified at a young age. This is all I'm supposed to do. I mean, like I said, I meant to finish my story earlier from when, you know, in my first marriage or in one of my marriages. I'm not gonna say which one I learned it in, but um you know, but in that marriage, that's what I learned was, okay, doing too much. And me doing too much made them feel little. And I remember I used to model a little bit back in the day, like in college, like little BS modeling, you know, little competitions and stuff like that. And I went and did like a Vidal Sassoon modeling type thing. It was like basically it was a hair show for whatever, you know. And after I had my baby, it was something that I wanted to do because I was like, okay, I need to lose some weight. You know, it was just something to do to kind of get your, you know, your confidence back. You know, I started shopping again because I gained so much weight. I went from like a size 2 to a size 14 when I was pregnant. And then I slowly then never came back to a size 2. And so on my way back down, 8, 9, whatever, I had to buy new clothes because all I had was size 2 clothes or 4 clothes and 14 when I was pregnant or pregnancy clothes. So I had to start shopping again. I needed to get back my mojo, right? Like, it's like, okay, why do I feel so down? And I went to try out. I went to I want to say interview, but that's not what it was. It was a tryouts, I guess. I forget what it's called, but and then I got the gig and I stayed. So he knew I was going. And when I got it and stayed, because basically if they didn't choose you, then you could go home. But I got a fierce catwalk. Know this, honey. Know this. That never left. I don't care how much weight I gained. Okay, it never left, boo boo. It never left. And that's what it was. It was a. You had to obviously model it, right? So, and he said to me, "Why do you want to do that? Like, why?" I mean, it was such a telling. It was so telling for me. And after that moment, I was like, bet, I'm back. Like after that moment, when he said what he said, it was like, oh, it was like downplaying it. Like, why you want to do that? Why are you doing that? Like, you're a mother now. What are you trying to do that for? Da, da, da. Like, it was almost like, go ahead and do it while I'm thinking you're not going to get it. And then when I got it, it made him feel some kind of way. And then now it's back on me. Like, why you want to do that? Like, it's a problem. I'm like, why wouldn't I? And it was something he said, and I can't even remember the exact words, but it was profound enough for me at that moment to say, fuck this shit. Like, nah, this is not what we're going to do. You're not going to sit there and belittle me. Like, your fear is coming out. Like, you're showing your true colors right now. And it only came out when I was doing well, or when I was doing something outside of what made him comfortable. So again, I feel like it's nothing wrong with him, right? It's nothing wrong. It's like we don't want to judge him, right? Because everybody has value. Everybody has their circumstances. But I honestly feel like they're also a part of this same dynamic. They're going through the same shit. They're still trying to figure themselves out too. So it's like you are going through your abandonment issues or going through whatever issues you're having, and you're counting on somebody else who has issues. So now you both have issues. They're not necessarily counting on you because they feel like that's their job. You're supposed to count on them. You're supposed to be this provider. You're supposed to be. So everybody's faking it, right? So it's like they're faking being a provider. They're faking being mature. They're faking being a good ... Because all they're doing is going by all the, I don't know why I just heard schisms, like the isms, like this is what you're supposed to be. I'm supposed to act like this, so I'm gonna act like I'm mature. I'm gonna act like I'm gonna act like. They don't really know how to be it, but they're acting like it. So it's a telltale sign when you recognize they're faking it. And that's a problem for them, which then in turn become a problem for you because they're going to put it on you, or they did. So I don't know why all this is coming out right now. Damn. Woo! Am I going to need to listen to this message later? Shit. So, you didn't make a mistake. They're not so fucked up. They have value. They're learning it themselves. Don't judge. Just make the moves you need to make and forgive yourself. Because I feel like some of you, the reason why this is coming out is because some of you are blaming yourselves. Like, how didn't I see this? How didn't I know? I did not realize that they were faking it. And I'm not saying faking loving you. I'm not faking. I'm talking about faking who they are. They don't know who they are. And so you realizing who you are makes them look bad or make them realize they don't know who they are. So as you learn who you are, you become detrimental. You become a problem. Because now you growing into your power, you standing up for what you believe in because you're so fucking convicted and you recognize that I am a motherfucking shit. Now it's like, oh shit, oh hell no. Nah, I need to shut that down. No, she can't believe she the motherfucking shit. Oh no. Rewind. Make a U-turn, come back over here to being insecure. Come back over here, and I'm not calling you insecure. What I'm saying is, come back over here to not knowing your worth. Come back over here to not knowing who you are. I'm saying insecure from their perspective. What I'm saying is, come back, make a U-turn. Go back to who you were. Go back to the person I could manipulate. Go back to the person fill in the blank. Who do they want you to be? Who were you trying to be? Who were you only being? Were you only a mother? Were you only a wife? Were you only a secretary and now you want to be more? Were you only a 9-to-5er, but now you have hobbies and you want that to be your 9-to-5? You want to create, you want to become an entrepreneur. Who are you holding yourself back from to stay in this box that they don't even value you being in? So now once you recognize your value, let me make it clear to you, you look amazing. They want to turn you back around, but let me tell you how amazing you look in your value. Let me tell you who the fuck you are in your value. When you know your value, when you recognize your value, when you're confident, they're scared. Someone who's not on your level and someone who doesn't know who they are is scared, shitless of who you are becoming or who you recognize you really are and who they see when they walk and stand and glow in their power. That's a problem. You're a problem. Next phase of your life, being of service. What have you learned and how can you help someone else? Because many of you who went through that phase, that full moon in Cancer phase, and you've had a drastic, dramatic change, an eye-opening epiphany about your life, about your destiny, about a person, about a project, about whatever, you are meant to go through that. And it's time for you to step the fuck up. Peace. Peace. Be still. Hello. Release the past. There is a more enriching future coming. Let go and let God. I'm just saying. So I don't want you to feel like, I don't want you to get to the place where you feel bitter. Some of you are too tired to be bitter. But don't let it dishearten you. Don't let the bitterness sink in. Just know that you're not too much. They just can't handle it. And if they can't handle it, what are you going to do? Be small to fit into what they can handle? That's a possibility. You could try to be who they want you to be. Do you feel comfortable being what somebody else wants you to be? I'm moving some of these messages so I can help you guys out. I feel like there was one more message. There was one more. Star ancestors. Okay, there was one more. Star ancestors. Now, this speaks to internal wisdom. Again, lost wisdom. Look a little deeper. This speaks to like the Lemuria. It speaks to a lot of hidden secrets on this earth. If you've been here multiple lifetimes, which many of our cases, and especially if you're on this channel, you have been. It speaks to you've been here so many times. There are things that you need to unlock from previous lifetimes. There's wisdom that you have locked within you, that's in your soul, that is coming forth from previous lifetimes, from previous eras, from previous times here. And I'm not talking about a couple years ago. I'm not talking about 100 years ago. I'm not talking about thousands of years ago. I'm talking about like 10,000, a million years ago. I'm talking about like that far back. And it's time for you to unlock that knowledge within you. There's something special you have in you that's like in your coding, in your DNA, that is being unlocked from a previous lifetime that you need to now bring here into this lifetime, that you need to bring on earth in this time right now. Let me give you the question associated with this. I think there might be something you can ask for right now. I think there's a. Okay, so yeah, there is a affirmation. So I'm going to give you the affirmation associated with this. The affirmation associated with star ancestors is, I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries, and secrets from deep within. I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. We've had two messages here speaking to you having this level of intelligence within you. It's time to unlock it. And for some of you, if you really want to do the ritual that's kind of with this, just kind of put your hand to the screen and say that. I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries, and put your other hand on your heart. So put one hand on the heart. Actually, put one hand on your heart, put the other hand on the screen so you could just kind of see this. Because normally it says that you're supposed to take the card and put it on your heart. So that's how you're going to do it here today. I'm ready to remember ancient mysteries and secrets from deep within. Okay. So I'm hearing I need to pull out the Lemuria deck to clarify this message here. Wow, this has been going for a minute. Like, I knew last night this message was going to be kind of deep. Shit. I kind of knew it. You said this message today is so healing. Thank you, Marsha. I'm glad. I'm like, is this like, I was like, am I going live just for myself? Like what's going on here? But I know a lot of times it's necessary. Like, shit. Like, this shit has gotten so deep. Like, thank you, Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. Okay. All right. What's clarifying is the infinite, freedom, the ether, and unique gifts. Shit. They ain't playing today. Y'all. Yo! Oh my goodness. Like, we ain't playing today, Lord. It's like this energy I'm feeling is like, now that you over all of that, now come out of feeling low or what have you. Now it's time to step up. It's time to step the fuck up. That's what I'm feeling right now. And I hate to be so vulgar, but it is what it is. We have 55 here. We have 11 here. Damn. Okay. All right. Well, let's see. So I think each one of these have like an affirmation too. But I'm going to give you the message. I'm trying to see which one you need to kind of stare at. All of these messages have like codings in it. So this is like a light coding exercise. So if you want to encode this energy within you, you're going to have to stare at the screen. You're going to really look into the message. So this is about light energy. So this is about light coding energy through your body. Um, a lot of times we get messages from the universal creator that come down to us, for us to now give to the world, like channeling. But this is even different because this is in many cases encoded in your DNA. So it's so deep, and I'm gonna just say this real quick. It's so deep that if you were to have children, this passes on to your children. That's the type shit we working on right now. Okay, so this is like encoding your portal, encoding you. So all four of these messages actually you need to look at. So I'm gonna do them one at a time, and I'm gonna let it last as long as it needs to last, until I feel like it's done. So each one of these I'm gonna hold up to the screen, and so you can look at it. And yeah. So the first one is the infinite. This is a card of rebirth. So I want you to look at this message. Hold on to that. Okay. The infinite. Just stare at this message. The eternal life force. Cycles of growth rising from the ashes. I just saw like the phoenix. I just saw the phoenix just now. Rising up from the ashes, many deaths and rebirths within one lifetime. You are so much more than your physical body. So look at this, and I want you to do some deep breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And take in this message, the codings that is coming in for you right now. And breathe out. Any past codings that are unnecessary. Breathe in your new codings again. Hold it. Spread it throughout your body. And then release any excess. And this message speaks exactly to what I just said. Let me tell you guys what this message says. The beings in Lemuria are said to have lived for many hundreds of years. Okay? As they were only particularly incarnating in their body were much lighter. So when they were incarnated, they last for years here. So like we, hundreds of years, not just 65, 85, 95, 100. They stayed for hundreds of years. So for some of you who really resonate with this energy, you may have been a Lemurian in a previous life. Okay? But you have a connection with Earth that goes all the way up through the ether to, so it's like you have this inner connection with Earth. So it's like you're a part of a infinite weaving of the connection with Earth and Spirit. Okay. Any other messages associated with this that we need to celebrate, honor the road that brought you here, and prepare to take flight with the tools you have gathered through your elevation process. Again, you guys are elevating. Empress energy. I'm just saying. Let's go ahead and move on to the next message, which is freedom. So you can look at this one. This one, I don't see as many light codes. I do see some. No, I do see some. This is the dragonfly. Look at that. And do the same exercise. Look at it and breathe and hold it. Living the life you love. Liberation as a shift in perspective. The many facets of freedom, inviting enjoyment and inspiration into your life. Discovering that freedom, what freedom means to you. Overcoming limitations. And bond creative expressions. And choice over obligation. If you are currently experiencing greater freedom, you may be feeling unsettled. Consider whether it is the kind you were looking for. If you feel ungrounded and lost, perhaps you could add some structure to your world to optimize your freedom. Freedom means living as you choose with your wings and heart open, able to direct your reality as you want. So, small changes that don't infringe on your work or family can be enough to tell the universe you are ready for something else. Think about where you might find inspiration, then begin researching and try it out. Try a few new things. This will help shift the direction of your inner being. Before you know it, opportunities will start to open up for you. It will then be your choice to follow a new path or to continue as you are. You have a choice. You're being given a choice to be free. Which one do you want to be? Where you were, in the situation you were in, or free? They keep bringing back to my knowing to tell you, because I didn't finish telling the story earlier and I keep wanting to tell it, but I keep forgetting. They want me to close out the story. So when I was in college, the point was, when I got married, I felt like in college, when I was 18, 19, 20, you were aspiring to marriage. You were aspiring to a career. You were aspiring to children. You were aspiring to your house. I did all of that by the age of 22. Owned my own home, had the career I was looking for. And so at that point, I was like, I mean, I love my family. I love my life. I love my home. I love my children. You know, whatever it is, I was like, is this it? This can't be it. Like, you know, that's what I wanted, because that's what has been ingrained in us. This is what you've been taught. This is what you're supposed to do. And it wasn't enough. And when I wanted more, I was told it wasn't right for me to want more. Ain't that some shit? Now I'm wrong for wanting more. That's all you were supposed to want. Society tells you that's all you're supposed to want. You look at TV, you look at all kinds of shit back in the day, and if you're trying to repeat your grandmother and your mother's expectations of life, that was it. And I get it, because back then we didn't have as many choices. We didn't have as many options. You were lucky to just get out of where you were and to grow a little bit, to be free. It depends upon what your background is. But I'm speaking from an American background of, you know, slavery and movement from Africa here to. So if you're thinking about that, if I think of my lineage, and for each of you, it's your own experience. Some of you, you had a free lineage, like you was free since 1717 or something, or whatever, or before that, or never has experienced that in your family. From my family perspective and how you were raised, and depending upon how you were raised and who was raising you and who was raising them and whose DNA you have in your body, because you still have your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents' DNA within you. You know, when you are pregnant with a girl, when they start creating, when they're developing in your stomach, you're also developing the eggs of your grandchild while you're pregnant with them. So anything that you're going through is not only going down to that child, it's going down to that grandchild in a female's body. I'm just telling you, that's how. So think about your grandmother. What was your grandmother going through? What was your great grandmother going through? So you are feeling, and when you've come here, you have a structure that's already created for you based on their mindset, based on your lineage. So they taught you what they knew. And if what they knew was, okay, you need to straighten your hair, you need to lighten your family, you need to make sure you have a man that will provide for you, not respect you, not only be with you, just be there to pay the bills so you're not homeless and your kids can be in a good home. You just want a roof over your head. You just want, you see what I'm saying? So their mindset was, I just need to be married, or I just need, and then now you're in this age, in a different day and age, saying the same thing. I just want to be married. I just want children. I just want a house. When you can have so much more. Want more. And don't feel bad for wanting more. Don't let somebody tell you it's not okay for you to want more. There's so much more available to you. You're not your grandmother. You're not your great-grandmother. You're not a slave. You're not even in Africa. You're not even on a plantation. You're not even whatever your lineage is. I only can speak from what I know, but I know history too. I mean, I could go into, you're not in a camp anymore. You're not. And if we go back, because I've gone back, when I've done past life regressions, I've gone back to times where, where there was a lot of royalty, where there was, you was a servant. I've seen myself in so many different lifetimes to where it was like to just lay on a bench was happy. Like, damn, at least I have a bench to lay on, or at least I have a place to lay my head. I've seen myself in many different lifetimes to where I've been royalty, to where I've been someone in the water, literally having buckets, and we're passing the buckets. And I'm one of the women, half dressed, passing a bucket, and just happy to have a place to lay my head at the end of the night. Do we want to continue this cycle, or do we want to rise to where we are now? You have so many different opportunities now. You have the web. You can have your own business. You can be an entrepreneur. You could be so many different things right now. You could be a music producer. You could be an artist. You could be whatever you want. And you don't even have to go through corporations anymore. You don't even have to go get a production company to want you to go through their whole rigmarole. You could get noticed on YouTube. You could get noticed on Instagram. You could get noticed in so many other areas where you're not even looking to be noticed. That's how big it's grown now, to where you can be found and you can have whatever you want, and it could be, and you don't have to go through the traditional means of going through it. Your life is no longer traditional. Stop trying to be traditional. Tradition is not, you are not meant for traditional life. You're meant for so much more. Now we have the ether. Seamless, unspeakable. We got the ether here now. Now, let's see what this meant. Now, this is 11. Now, we're going a little deeper. Let's just take it a little deeper. The theme of this is 0 point field, the void, the blank canvas, threshold. Anything is possible. Time to choose what you want to bring into your life. Endless possibilities, limitless paradox. Now, look at this message and look at it hard. Put your hand to the screen if you want this encoding, and put it on your heart. Breathe it in. Hold it. Let it spread throughout your body. And breathe out anything that no longer serves you. The illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is the silent, meditative moment out of time, the centered and present place beyond the hustle of the mind and outside world. It is where all dreams are birthed. And it is the light we may fear to be darkness when. We may fear to be darkness when just for one moment everything ceases to exist. This is the place between world, the womb before the incarnation. The from here, and from here we choose where to go. The land has been tilled in readiness for the flowers we wish to see. Outdated doors have been closed. And in the space between the breaths, we open the new ones. Damn, I couldn't have said it any better. And that's exactly what I was saying. Outdated beliefs. It's closed. It's time to open a new one. Too elusive and mysterious to define. A knowing without words. The space in between life force energy. The space in between life force energy. You're leaving you're leaving behind the traditional. And you're stepping into the void. And you're here to create the new. Does that make sense? Wow, I never thought about it like that. In the past life, hope I was still, you said hope I was still black. Would you mind clearing it up? You got jokes, Sir Blue. So I think the last message is unique gifts. Now it's time for you to recognize your unique gifts. What are your unique gifts? I told y'all when we was coming into January 2022 was about your gifts. Here we go again. What are your unique gifts? Again, put your hand to the screen. Put your hand to your heart. Breathe in and hold. And release anything that doesn't serve you and recognize your unique gifts. The unique gifts. This speaks to your superpowers, a sense of purpose, the meaning beyond your quirks, exploring your interests, shortcomings as unique, undiscovered skills. What makes you unique? Any quirks that you feel are shortcomings could be the key to your superpowers. Look for the positive sides of your of your oddities. I was about to say odormighty. Of your oddities and traits. How would you like to spend more time? How would you like to spend more time? Are there things you would like to try or feel a pull to explore? Now is the time to follow these whispers. You never know how transformational they may be. Oh, Lord. Okay. I feel like I've been sitting here forever. All right. So, hopefully this made sense to you guys. Let me go ahead and do a couple messages. The messages really initially was speaking to, and this, like I said, I'm answering questions centered around our 4 messages here, which was watering your garden, star ancestors, trusting the timing, and child of the cosmos. This is speaking to the lesson. This message here is speaking to the lesson that you learn. Some of you may be in a place where you are not quite sure what the lesson was, why you had to go through what you had to go through. I spoke a lot to that today. But I'll answer quick questions and I'll see if I can get anything further for you. Hopefully I clarified a lot of what we had outstanding here. So let's just do quick readings really quick. Let's do this. I love you guys. I want you to know you are truly loved. I know this has been a hard week. So I get it. I understand. I'm trying to see what deck I'm going to use to answer your questions. All right. Well, I think it may change based on who I'm doing. So let's see. Real quick. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, live love. I'm going to start off with you. Sir Blue will be next. I probably only do a few, like 4 or 5, because I think that's about how many are on here right now. So let's see. Live and love. Thank you. Your expression is coming out here. Why? Seek the lesson. It was for you to learn how to speak up for yourself, be assertive. It's also to help you boost your self-esteem, recognize self-love, worth, and pride. Your confidence is being your confidence is highlighted here. So both of these speak to your solar complex as well as your throat chakra. The reason why you had to go through all of this, and there's something you should be creating right now. Um, you need to get back to your passion. You know, you're very original, and you need to remember that you're original. You're original for a reason. Step up to your originality. Remain original. Okay. There's a reason why you had to go through it like this. Okay. Let me see if there's another message. I think so. The advice for you right now is definitely to express yourself. I kind of want to find out, like, there's something expressive that you should be doing, something creative. Shit. Okay. Something creative you should be doing, and Spirit is saying bring it into form. Start taking steps towards it, even if you don't feel like you have the full outcome of it, even if you don't have the fullness of what it should be. Just take the first step. Just take that first step. If you're not quite sure what it is, just take a step. Release your past so you can live. Do not hold on to what you've gone through in a negative way, because when you hold on to that, you walk with it, it stresses you out, and it also dampens your creativity. So you want to release that. Remember, we're not here to judge anyone, judge their situation. The reason why they went through what they did, the way they did it, was the best they knew. So with that in mind, just keep that in mind. That was the best they knew. It's just not good enough for you. And it probably won't be good enough for the next, but it will be good enough for somebody who doesn't know their worth. You, however, your worth is so way beyond, so much more. So recognizing your worth, do not hold on. Release. It wasn't your fault. You weren't too much. They just wasn't enough. And they didn't want to work on it. They didn't want to work on themselves. They have to want to work on themselves. And you're not here to work on them. You're not here to fix them. You're not here to change them. You're not here to wait for them to change either. Release any wounds, anything, because I feel like this is a rippling effect in your life. For some reason, this is overflowing into other parts of your life, and it's becoming detrimental to other parts of your life. This is Spirit's way to protect you so you can now have an abundant life. And if at some point they come back, you know, feeling more valuable to oneself, because if you don't value yourself, you can't value someone else. When they grow, and if they come back and they're grown and you feel like being bothered at that moment, that's great. But right now, Spirit is saying you got to cut off whatever's been holding you back from you being the original person you are, from you stepping out to be who you were meant to be. And this person is blocking you from that. If it's small digs, I just heard small digs in your confidence, it's a problem, because then it makes you feel like you're not worth taking these chances, and you are. Okay, that's your message, hon. All right. Sir Blue, you still here? Ooh, sheesh. Okay. You said yes, small digs for sure. Yes, life has been less than abundant, a struggle. Absolutely. You're not meant to struggle. You're to live an abundant life. You're not meant to struggle. And where you're going, you will not be struggling anymore. I feel like you were dependent or hoping that maybe when y'all came together, things would be easier. I'm hearing a house, like maybe you may want to buy a house together. You were hoping that things would be easier with them. And I'm telling you, no. You can get it on your own. You can do it by yourself. And it will be more gratifying and more rewarding by doing it on your own. Yeah. Sir Blue? Okay. The lesson here. The lesson for you. The lesson for you. What's the lesson for Sir Blue? What does Sir Blue need to hear at this moment? What was the lesson here for Sir Blue? For you to open up. For you to be more open. This is speaking to you honoring who you are physically, honoring yourself in relationships and with others, and what you share. This is also about you learning about the beauty within, recognizing your beauty. What came out here was your sexuality came out here as well, the solar plex chakra again here. So this is definitely confidence. And what just flew out was you being guided. So this lesson here is about listening to your guidance, also recognizing you're supported, and helping you to see the signs. Oof. Also, money just came out too. So I'm seeing a lot of second chakra energy here, solar plex chakra, and third eye chakra. So a lot of this here is to learn about your abundance, your power, learn about generosity, finances, all of that. So this is speaking to money. I'm also, I don't know, they're telling me to bring to your attention, I'm looking at koi fish right now. So I don't know if that means something to you. But they're really highlighting the koi fish for you specifically. Let me look at your abundance. Let me pull an abundance message for you if I can find it. Oh, here. Okay. Yeah. Clarify. Oh, this abundance message. Ooh. Okay, it's right here. Ah, okay. So that's what this is about. You were to learn this lesson so you can recognize that you deserve more, that you deserve the abundance, that you are allowed to have this abundance. I'm seeing here, you're a beloved child of God like everyone else, and you deserve to receive the support that will allow you to focus upon your divine life purpose. Even if you can't yet recognize your lovable qualities, trust that God and your angels can see how amazing you are. The next message here is about you saving. This is coming out for you as well. As you consciously save for your future is saved. You do your future self a favor, a big favor, as you consistently set aside present funds. This is part of your self-care and path to feeling secure as you focus upon your life purpose. Yeah, they're saying that you need to set aside funds. It might be like $200 every week, $200 every 2 weeks, something like that. And then just keep setting it aside. Try to make it automatic if you can, is what I'm hearing. If there's a way that you can automatically put funds aside that you don't even know is there, that may help you as well. So then when you do need this, you need these funds for something's going to come up and you're going to need these funds. I just heard travel, maybe to travel or something like that. So therefore, you need to start saving now. So you may be going somewhere, traveling, going somewhere, and they're telling you to start saving for it now. Okay? The last message is take divinely guided chances. All positive change and successful ventures involve a degree of risk, and you are ready to follow your divine guidance to new territories. As you leave behind that which is comfortable and familiar but no longer appropriate for you, you make room for new and more meaningful opportunities. Okay? So, Sir Blue, I hope that makes sense. A lot of this was around money, finances, and your direction. So I do feel like you're being directed to go somewhere else. I don't know if these koi fish, this is koi fish. This is what I meant by koi fish. These are koi fish. They were highlighting that for me for you. So you might need to, maybe there's a building or somewhere you go where there's koi fish, but they're bringing that to your attention. Okay. All right, I hope that was helpful, Sir Blue. All right. Sure, Marsha, I got you. Much love to you, Live Love. Absolutely. Okay. You said don't know. You said you didn't know what a koi fish was. Okay, good. Well, it's a sign for you. Koi fish is actually a sign of prosperity. Um, check and see if you see it in your dreams or something like that. But koi fish, you might see it soon. And it may have something to do with you traveling. So that's what the koi fish is. So I'm glad I showed it to you. They were telling me to show it to you. So I'm glad I showed it to you because I didn't know you didn't know what it was. So good. All right, Marsha, your lesson. The lesson for Marsha. What is the lesson here? What is the lesson here for Marsha? The lesson here is for you to follow your gut instinct and have courage. This is about you really stepping into your power, sensing and trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, trusting your knowing, sensing when something is off. And this also pertains to your home as well. This is about you sensing what's off, sensing what's going on, and making a choice, making a decision. I feel like you feel like you shouldn't be the one to make the decision, but you should be. Like, this is about your freedom, your free will, about your willpower, your choice to change your situation. I'm feeling a passive aggressive energy, kind of like a passive, like you're like, well, I'm gonna let them do it. Like, I'm gonna sit back. I want this, and I may express it in this kind of way, but I don't want to say I want this. So I'm gonna see if they're gonna say it or something like that. And they're telling you, like, it's like you wait for other people to do what you feel like they should do or what's right, like what you would do. That's what I'm feeling. Like, you're waiting for people to do what you would do in that situation because you're so giving and kind and nurturing and warm. You're looking to see, you're waiting for them to do what you would have done in that situation. And they're saying, nah, no more. You got to trust, and you need to be more assertive and go after what you want. You have to have the courage to make the change yourself. I'm also seeing here forgiveness. So that was all yellow chakra and red chakra energy. Now I'm seeing here compassion and forgiveness. This is time for you to let go. So the lesson here for you is to learn to forgive as well and still live in love. Because I feel like here I'm feeling this energy of healing, growth through this experience. So the lesson here is to grow. So grow through the hard times. I'm hearing growing pains. So part of this back and forth, because I'm feeling this tug of war, I'm feeling this back and forth with you. Like, it's like you good, then you're not. You good, then like whatever's going on in your life is not consistent. I'm feeling a back and forth. Like, it's very inconsistent energy. And what they're telling me is that's partially growing pain. So you may feel like you're taking 2 steps forwards and 3 steps back. And they're saying, no, you're taking 3 steps forward and maybe 2 steps back or 1 step back. You're still taking 3 steps forward, though. So they're making it clear that although it seems like a struggle here, ultimately it'll be fulfilling. You will find your joy. Be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with your experience. They're saying it's not just the experience, like it's so much bigger than the experience. So again, seeing outside of looking at the bigger picture, why did I have to go through this like this? So this is about you healing through this situation. Yeah, it's also about balance. Balancing the scales, need and necessity. This is about balance. This is like walking in balance, seeing things in a more balanced way. This is you learning how to balance out, to balance your life and not feel selfish for doing things for yourself too, you know? Just because you're expecting something in return or you're looking for reciprocation does not mean you're selfish. It's about balancing. It's a balancing act. Yeah. You can choose to get off this cycle. And I feel like you've chosen to, like, you're at the edge right now to ending a cycle. And it seems like this is a necessity for you. But it's your choice. You make the decision. You make the moves. You have the power. You have the courage to make the choices you need to make. And heal through the process. And then let it go. You can't do it for somebody else. Somebody else, if they're not ready, not prepared, all you can do is do what's best for you. You can't do what's best for them. They need to learn their own shit. Whoever, it's like you're dependent upon someone who has shit of their own to figure out. Like, they don't know themselves. You see what I'm saying? It's like this energy of, I don't really know either. But okay, but since you give me the power, I'll fake it. Fake it till I make it. So this is about you taking charge of your own peace. You feel me? Like, you have to take charge so you can have the peace you want. I feel like someone in this situation is causing havoc because they don't know themselves and they don't have balance themselves. And for some reason, you don't feel like you have the means to take charge of this situation. Like, I feel like you're the emperor in this situation. You feel me? I feel like you are the emperor in this situation. You're the CEO in this situation. You're the one in control of this situation. They told me to correct that. You can be. Like, you have the option of being in control of this situation. You have to choose to step into those shoes. Okay? Hopefully that helped, Marsha. Okay. What'd you say, live love? You said Japanese got fish, isn't it? Yeah, those are like Japanese type. Yeah, they use that. Yeah, They do. Like those koi fish, they're expensive. I didn't even know that. Might have connection to Asia. Yep, you're right. Japanese got koi fish. Yep. People were asking me if I wanted to get koi fish for my yard, but they say they're very abundant. You know, they're very abundant fish. So you're welcome. You're welcome, Marsha. I think that's it. I think that's it. Oh, loving life. Loving life. Are you still here? You said in past life looks color. You said in past life looks color still have the same. Okay. Okay. Yes. So. Ooh. Oh. All right, guys. All right, live love. I mean, no, this is love life, right? Loving life. Okay. Loving life. Okay. So the lesson for you right now, as you guys know right now, I'm doing readings, letting you know the lessons you learned that you had to go through, why you had to go through it at this time is because it was a lesson you had to learn, whatever you went through. So I'm giving you clarity on that lesson that you had to learn, okay? Ooh, sheesh. Ah. Okay, a lot came out here. Too much came out. I'm about to put it all back, but let me tell you what came out, and then I'll clarify really quickly with something else. Let me see what the concentration is here. All right, a lot came out for you, but the lesson here is for you to learn ultimately your worth. The lesson here is your connection to the universe, how to ground. Sometimes you might get kind of flighty because I see that you're very insightful here. Going through an awakening process here as well. I don't see this as your first awakening process. So if you're feeling like you're kind of woo-woo, kind of up there in your head right now for some reason, it's because you need to learn how to ground yourself. There's certain things you can do to ground yourself, such as, dancing, things of that nature. But you need to take action to ground yourself when you're feeling a certain kind of way. Also, part of your lesson here is to learn self-expression, okay? Your own assertiveness. You're becoming more vocal. I'm also seeing here acceptance. Accepting of those that are going through certain growth, healing and compassion, acceptance of those type of people that are going through those instances here, because I feel like as part of this, you're also having to learn responsibility. I'm also feeling balance here for you, meaning it's not always one-sided. That's what they're telling me. It's not always one-sided. So, and you may need to learn to be self-disciplined at this moment. So part of this, I feel like you're highly aware. Your awareness is very high, and like like you're in between different stages here, and I feel like you're moving up, but it requires you really to be authentic. And I feel like sometimes when you are dealing with certain people, you have a hard time letting go. And sometimes those situations were only for healing, for you to grow. But I feel like in some cases, you don't recognize that. And you may be a bit harsh. It may be hard for you to accept. So there's times where you are going to need to kind of self-evaluate. Like I said, there was a lot that came out here. And it's just going and going and going. But yeah, you're supported. You are loved. I feel like you're connected with most and what's going on around you. So just know that there was a lot of lessons here for you to learn. Your body image also is is coming out here. Yeah. I don't know. They just said also learning to be happy. Learning to be happy. So yeah, there's a lot of lessons you're learning right now. Hope that makes sense. I hope that made sense. I'm sorry it was so lengthy. Okay, good. All right. All right, guys. I think that was it. Are we good, guys? I think that was it. All right, guys. I love you. I'm going to get on out of here. I hope to see you again next week. I've been coming every week. I've been doing good, right? I've been doing well. I've been doing well. I've been coming every week. I've been doing so well. I want to pat myself on the back. I'm going out of town eventually soon, so one of these weeks I'm going to forget. I'm not going to forget. I don't know. I don't know if I could do it from my location. It might be nice. It might be nice. I'm going to see if I can maybe do it from the location I'm going to. I think it would be so crazy because where I'm going is like the energy is going to be mad crazy. So maybe I can record and upload it if I have Wi-Fi where I'm going. You're so welcome, Marsha. Thank you. Maybe I can upload if I can't, you know. I'm gonna see. Maybe I can upload it if I can't go live. But I will, like, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see a couple postings here and there at my location. And but we'll see. But I think it'll be amazing if I could do a reading while I'm out there, because the energies are going to be crazy. Crazy. All right, guys. I love you. Blessings, love, and light. You guys see, I'm back. By the time I come back next week, you know it's going to be a different hairdo, right? You say I feel a nap coming on. Girl, who you telling? I damn sure do. Y'all see I changed my hair? It's going to be another hairstyle next week. FYI, I'm just saying. It will be something new next week. You're welcome, guys. Love you.